Hey, what's up, guys? It is Coach May coming at you with Backpack Attack. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and get to this warm up. The first exercise we're going to be doing is going to be supine knee tucks. Okay, so supine meaning you're laying on your back and you are going to be tucking your knee to your chest for about 8 to 10 reps per side. Okay, so key for this one is breathing. Okay, so right now I'm exhaling and inhaling, exhaling and inhaling. On that exhale, I am really trying to pull that knee tight and close to the body, while trying to close that gap between my low back and the floor. So, like I said, go for about 8 to 10 reps per side. Then go ahead and switch whenever you finish that one. And then we're going to go ahead and get to our next one. All right, so now that we finished up our knee tucks, we're gonna go ahead and get into our cradles. There's one key difference between our knee tuck and our cradle, and if you notice, I am actually grabbing my shin on this one as opposed to having both hands on my knee. So what that hand that's on my shin is doing is it is helping me get some external rotation of my leg, which is helping me get a little bit more length and a little bit more stretch and activation out of my glute musculature. So, like we did on the last stretch, we're going to go for about 8 to 10 reps per side. So, once you finish up the one side, go ahead and switch right to the next. All right, let's get into our next one, which is hip circles. Okay, so we're going to go about for 5 to 10 per direction. Okay, so I'm going to go do my reps on my right side, and then I'm going to reverse the direction. Okay, so I'm going to keep that same leg going. I'm just switching the direction. Okay, couple key points for this one. Go to a point to where there is mild discomfort, but I don't want you guys experiencing any sensations of pinching or pain with this one. Okay, this is a mobility drill, so it's meant to help you guys become a little bit more mobile, not to cause you guys any pain. So take your time with this one, really feel it out. And let's get on to the next one, which is going to be our sideline T-spine rotations. Okay, so notice I take my knee, I bring it up to my chest, and I pull it across my body. All right, that's going to be your starting position. And as you see what I'm doing now, I am creating a big arch going over my body. Okay, so I'm reaching as far as I can out, and then I'm coming right back trying to push that shoulder into the ground. Okay, so for this one, breathing is going to be crucial as well. I am exhaling right now, and then I'm going to inhale as I rotate back. Okay, so exhale and really try to push that back shoulder into the floor, and then reverse that. Now I inhale. Well, actually, I go to the other side. Bring that knee over like we did on the other side, and now I'm inhaling and exhaling. Okay, really trying to push that back shoulder into the floor, and that's going to be the crucial part for this one. Okay, so really take your time and really try to reach as far as you can. Try to create a really big circle over your head. All right. Following our previous exercise, we now have our fire hydrants and our rear raises. Okay, so your fire hydrants, I just want to go ahead and use the analogy. Just imagine you're a dog that just got done drinking a lot of water. You walk by a fire hydrant, maybe even a tree, just looking mighty fine, right? So I want you guys to go ahead and just lift up that leg. Really try to focus on activating those glute muscles. You're going to go for about 5 to 10 for those sides, and then you're going to go about 5 to 10 for those rear raises. Okay, so right now I'm doing my sides, raising up the knee as high as I can, focusing on having a nice tabletop back. And then after I finish these up, I'm going to get into my rear raises, doing the same thing. So notice how my back stays at a very nice and neutral position. That's kind of what I want you guys to work on. All right, so we're not quite done with our T-spine mobility work, all right? So the next thing we have is called threading the needle. So how we're going to thread the needle, we're going to be in an all fours position, and I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to reach through the gap in between my hand and my knee. Really trying to get a good rotation. I am exhaling right now, inhaling, and then I exhale. So as I work, I exhale because I'm trying to get a little bit deeper into my stretch. So when I come up to a neutral position, that's when I'm going to inhale so I can reset and go for another round. All right, so this one we're going to go for about 5 to 10 per side, really trying to get some good rotation out of that upper back. Okay, so next we've got what's called a groiner. This is going to be one of our hip mobility exercises. So what you're going to do, you're going to be in a push-up position. You're going to take one of your feet and you are going to step to the side of your hand. Okay, you're going to bring it back to neutral, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So notice how whenever I step my foot up, I'm driving my knee out. Okay, so I'm really trying to open up my hip and really try to sink deep into this stretch to try to get as much out of it as I can. So that's what I want you guys to do. Okay, so try to keep that foot planted firmly in the floor, drive that knee out, and then go right back to your starting position and do the same thing on the other side for about 5 to 10 reps per side. All right, so we just finished up our groiners, and now we're gonna get to our calf stretch. Mostly everyone has done this calf stretch before. You're just gonna get into a downward dog facing position, and you're just gonna pedal your feet into the ground. Okay, so I'm trying to smash my heels into the floor to really get a good stretch on that post chain, right? And I'd say just because this is one of those easier stretches, you can go ahead, go for about 10 reps per side, or you can go for a little bit more if you feel like it, if those calves are extra tight. All right, so now we're gonna get into our shoulder taps. This one you're gonna be in a push-up position, and you are just going to basically take one hand off the ground, tap your shoulder, bring it back down, and alternate. So, fairly simple. Try to maintain a nice tabletop back. Notice I am actually swaying a little bit. What I want you guys to do is try to take as much sway out of your shoulder taps as possible, okay? But once we finish up those 10 reps per side, I want you to go ahead, put the mat away if you had one. And now we're going to get our heart rate up a little bit. So muscles are activated, and now we're ready to work. So we're going to start off by doing 10 jumping jacks. Just some regular jumping jacks. We've all done these ones before, and as soon as we finish those up, now we're going to switch it up to our side jumping jacks. Okay, so one side to side is going to be 1 rep. Okay, so you're really doing 20 if you count going each way. Now we're going to go front to back with that same count scheme. So that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so you're going to go for 10 reps on that type of rep scheme. Now we're going to go ahead and split it up, and now we're going to be doing some scissors or some split jacks. All right, it's time for a water break. So go ahead, grab some water. If you're as thirsty as me, you're just gonna keep a case around. Nah, actually, that water is gonna be used for our next little segment that I'll go ahead and get into in a second. All right, but go ahead, take your water break, take your time. If you need to, you can pause the video if you wanna go get a water bottle, anything like that. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so we've got our equipment checklist. Okay, so some of the equipment that you guys are gonna need or that you can use for this training session. Right there is a container of cat litter. You can use cat litter, you can use dog food, cat food, whatever for your weight. But for the purposes of this one, because I know a lot of you guys have backpacks, we're going to be using a backpack for it. My weights are going to be water bottles. Each water bottle is 16 ounces, which is a pound. I have about 15 water bottles in my backpack, which, if you do the math, is about 15 pounds. But don't let that 15 pounds fool you, because we're going to be going for a lot of high reps in our program. So stay tuned. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. It is Tabata time. Okay, so a traditional Tabata workout consists of 20 seconds on of hard work, followed by 10 seconds off or a slight break period. Okay, we're going to do that 8 times. We have 4 exercises that we're going to run through. The first one is going to be squats. So I need you guys to go ahead, start busting out squats for 20 seconds. All right. All right, guys, that was a quick 20 seconds. Now we have our 10-second rest. Okay, so go ahead, catch a breather. I had to buckle up because I knew it was about to get intense. All right, let's do it. We got another round. All right, so notice on these squats, I'm nice and explosive. I'm almost about to leave the ground. That's how explosive I want you guys to be on your way up from your squat. Okay, so be nice and explosive. Really try to drive through the ground. And now we are going to go ahead and rest. And break time is over. It's time to work. Let's do it. Like I said, don't take that 15 pounds lightly. I'm already starting to feel this burn. You're going to start seeing it in my face here in a little bit. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk, so I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of music to help you guys get through this workout, all right? Enjoy. guys, that is the end of round one. It is time for a much deserved and well needed water break, okay? So go ahead, grab your water, take off that backpack because I know it's still weighing you down a little bit from all those reps. Yep, go ahead and hydrate, and then I'll kind of debrief you guys on what we have next. So the next exercise that we have is going to be a yoga push-up. Okay, so if you guys remember earlier in our stretches, we were in a downward-facing dog position. That is going to be the starting pose that you guys are going to be in for these yoga push-ups. Okay, so just like how we did before, it is a 20-second on, 10-second off Tabata. Okay, so notice I am down in a push up and I am back up, down and up, pressing away from the ground as I rise. Okay, so this right here is going to be your yoga push up. So we've got a 10-second rest coming up. I want you guys to practice some really good forms and bang out some nice reps on these rounds to come, all right? All right, guys, round two is complete. Congratulations, you guys are now halfway through our training session. So go ahead, grab some water, take a breather, and get ready for the next two rounds, okay? For this third exercise, what we have is going to be called a contralateral hyperextension, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to flip over onto our bellies, and then we are going to be raising up our opposite arm and opposite leg. So if I raise my right arm, I'm raising my left leg, and I'm going to repeat that same process on the other side. So remember, same rep scheme, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Let's get it. Woo! All right, that is the end of round three, which means we are on our fourth and final round. All right, guys, go ahead, take that water break because I know you need it, and get ready for round four. All right, so in round four, we are going to be doing contralateral toe touches. Okay, so if you've ever done a traditional toe touch before, you know that you are laying on your back and you are raising your torso off the ground, and you are trying to touch your toes. Okay, this is a core exercise, and it is a great one to end our training session on, okay? So let's go ahead and get at it. Alright guys, it's the last round. Go ahead, get it. Last 20 seconds. This is the easy part. All of what you guys just did is built up to this, so go ahead and finish strong.